brawled with animal rights protesters under a circus big top in San Bernardino Friday night. Hundreds of spectators watched the fight break out when workers allegedly tried to stop the activists from forcing their way inside after the Ramos Brothers circus show began. 2 protesters were arrested following the melee, and ringmaster Oliver Ramos claimed his lip was split after he was hit on the face with his megaphone after they tried to keep protesters outside. Ramos said, "All of a sudden, when I turned around, one of them jumped on top of my uncle. He's over 68 years old, and they started beating on him, and I reacted."
Hi, everyone. Thanks for watching. I'm just trying to kind of kickstart this YouTube channel still. I'm so busy as a dad and a grade school teacher, but I'm hoping to post little videos and this sort of thing and have little reactions, you know, somewhat commonly. So that was an interesting little clip, just about a minute long, of a little news story. I thought maybe it was a joke at first, you know, clowns and animal rights activists clashing. Interesting that that would happen. Of course, it does make some sense. I mean, I guess I feel like circuses are sort of famous for their cruelty towards animals. I've done a couple protests in my lifetime against the circuses. And there's a lot of great circuses now that are human-based. They're not using any animals other than humans. So that seems a lot more manageable. In fact, the highest rated couple ones I feel like are doing it without, you know, elephants and tigers or whatever. But it's kind of an interesting, now of course I have no idea of what happened at that event and everything, but the one person's talking about, you know, the 68-year-old getting beaten or whatever. You know, of course that could have happened, and that's not good, and that should never happen. But I kind of have to wonder, you know, without more information or without actually having seen that, I kind of question it some. Again, it could have happened, absolutely, and it shouldn't. But I have known hundreds, maybe thousands of vegans and animal rights activists, and nobody has any, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you be an animal rights activist and then turn to any form of violence on purpose? We all create violence by accident. We all swallow a bug, and when we're riding our bike or, you know, whatever, that happens. But intentionally, again, I'm sure it's happened, but I think it's got to be extremely rare. And so I kind of feel like that was probably some very biased reporting. Of course, there's money to have that circus into town. There's a lot of money to be made, whereas there's no money to be made from the animal rights side. So it's sometimes hard to believe just mainstream media, actually any media, from either side really, but for me, I kind of question whether a whole bunch of animal rights people were attacking clowns and circus people at that event. Who knows? Just a little interesting, you know, commentary, something to think about. I wanted to do a short video. I plan on doing some reactions to other longer kind of videos that are in the animal rights and vegan realm, and see what people think. If you kind of like this thing, let me know, you know, leave a comment or something. If you don't, that's fine too. I'm not really sure what it is people might be interested in, so I have a pretty strong core, so you can be honest with me if this is not interesting. One thing I will say in early stages of this channel is that I sort of believe in doing these sort of things for free, so I haven't bought any sort of like camera equipment or program or app or anything. I've got a free app. I'm on my phone. I'm not scripting or rehearsing anything. just kind of sort of off the cuff, raw thoughts from me. So, before somebody says, it's a little, the audio isn't perfect, or the angle of the phone or the lighting or something, just know that I kind of, not that I know all of that, but I'm okay with that. To me, it's more important that I feel comfortable when I have a free 8 minutes sitting down and just making a video, throwing it out there, and it's the content that matters the most to me. All right. Well, thanks for listening and watching, everyone. Peace and love to you all.